Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to my classmates. I am Jenilyn Alili Española, and my topic is about Thorndike's connectionism, loss of learning. So before we proceed, kilalanin natin ang author ng Theory of Connectionism. Siya po ay walang iba kundi si Edward Lee Thorndike. Edward Lee Thorndike was born on August 31, 1874 and died August 9, 1949. He is an American psychologist born in Lowell, Massachusetts. He earned his master's degree at Harvard University and his PhD at Columbia University. He spent his nearly his entire career at Teachers College and Columbia University. In 1912, he was recognized for his accomplishments and was elected as president of the American Psychological Association. In 1934, he was elected as the only social scientist to head the professional organization called American Association for the Advancement of Science. His work on comparative psychology and the learning process led to his theory of connectionism and helped lay the scientific foundation for educational psychology. So what is connectionism theory? Thorndike connectionism theory, loss of learning, is a theory of learning based on the idea that knowledge is acquired through the formation of connection between a stimulus and a response. A stimulus refers to any event or object in the environment that triggers a response, and a response is a reaction or behavior from an individual or animal. So, ang ating connectionism theory, sinasabi na based on sa stimulus and response. So, meron tayong three laws na nakapaloob dito. Una po ay ang law of effect. The law of effect states that if responses to stimuli produce a satisfying effect, they are likely to be repeated. If responses produce an unsatisfying effect, they are likely to be avoided. So, meron po tayo dito dalawang example. Ito po yung una, sabi ng girl, I love eating chocolate again and again because every time I eat it, I feel so good. Yum, yum. So, alam naman po natin na masarap po ang tsokolate, kaya uulit-ulitin po natin yung pagkain nito. So, yun po yung law of effect. So, yung pangalawang example po, yung cat na iniisip niya na kapag nakalabas siya dun sa cage niya, ay makakakain siya ng masarap na isda. So, sabi ng cat, every time I open the cage, I get to eat the yummy fish. So, I'm gonna repeat it often. So, yun na nga. Uulit-ulitin niya, buksan ang cage niya dahil kapag nakalabas siya sa cage, ay makakakain siya ng masarap na isda. Then, the second law is the law of exercise. Sa law of exercise, frequent connections of stimulus and response strengthen that connection unless the response has unsatisfying effects. So, for example, meron tayo ditong dalawang person. So, isang lalaki at isang babae. So, ang lalaki, sabi niya, I have stopped studying so long ago. Now, it's hard to sit and study again. So, dahil hindi siya, matagal na siyang nakapag-aral, so medyo nahihirapan na siyang mag-aral ulit. While the girl, sabi, I have been studying every single day and it's getting easier and easier to study. So, the more pala na paulit-ulit nating ginagawa, mas nagiging madali. So, another example ng law of exercise is yung cat. Sabi ng cat, oh, I noticed the more I repeat opening the cage more easily and quickly, I can open it next time. So, dahil nga, sa law of exercise, kapag paulit-ulit na ginagawa ang isang bagay, mas natututunan natin. Mas madali na lang para sa atin gawin. So, ang ikatlong law of stimulus response theory of learning is the law of readiness. The law of readiness states that the relationship between stimulus and response is strengthened based on their subject readiness to learn. So, for example, sa law of readiness, sabi ni teacher, students, you learn best when you know why you need to learn. So, kaya nga kapag meron tayong topic, ang unang sinasabi ng mga guro ay ang objective ng ating topics. Kasi dito tayo piniprepare kung ano yung matututunan natin during the whole class. So, another example sa law of readiness, yung cat again. Sabi ng cat, I must learn to get out because I am hungry. So, dahil gutom nga ang cat, prepare niya na ang sarili niya na kapag nakalabas siya ay makakakain siya. So, yun po ang law of readiness. Application in education. How can you apply it in the classroom? So, sa law of effect, in the classroom, it can be applied by using positive reinforcement. So, kapag ang mga estudyante ay nakapag-perform ng maayos, pwede natin silang purihin or reward to encourage repeat behavior. So, conversely, avoid rewarding undesired behavior, which helps reduce its occurrence, fostering a positive learning environment based on outcomes. So, ang ikalawa ay ang law of exercise. In the classroom, it can be applied by encouraging consistent practice and repetition. So, the more na ang students ay nag-engage with the concept through exercise or activities, kapag paulit-ulit nilang ginagawa ang mga activities, so, the stronger their learning becomes. Regular practice reinforce connections, while lack of practice weakens them. So, frequent review and practice are key to mastery. So, ang ikatlo ay ang law of readiness. To apply it in the classroom, a teacher must assess students' readiness to learn before introducing new material. Use engaging activities, ensure a supportive environment, and provide adequate motivation. When students feel prepared and eager, they are more likely to absorb information effectively and participate actively in lessons. So, yun. Kaya kailangan sa ating classroom, kailangan natin i-prepare yung mga estudyante natin. Kasi mas makukuha natin yung good outcome ng mga itinuturo natin kung sila ay prepared sa ating lesson. So, to summarize our topic this afternoon, tatandaan natin Thorndike's connectionism theory or laws of learning. Yung learning ay nag-occur through forming associations or connections between stimuli and responses through experience, especially trial and error. So, mayroon tayong tatlong laws in stimulus response theory. Ito yung law of effect, law of exercise, and law of readiness. Sa law of effect, tatandaan natin na kapag ang response ay followed by satisfying outcome, na-strengthen yung learning natin. Pero kapag ang kasunod nun ay discomforting outcome, nawiwiken naman ang ating learning. So, sa law of exercise, repeated practice strengthens the stimulus-response connection. Lack of practice weakens it. Sa law of readiness, ang tatandaan po natin, learning is most effective when the learner is mentally and physically prepared to act. Narito po ang mga references na ginamit ko sa video ito. So, sa muli, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ako si Jenny Lynn Alili Española, ang inyong classmate at reporter ngayong hapon. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig.